Good evening, everyone. Here we are for another night of auction. This one's going to be a little different from all the ones I've done before. Hello, Angie, Chris Hurley, P. Adams, Malcolm, Farm Dog, Patreus. Man, we got a bunch of people in here tonight. Malcolm, Yo Man, Paul, a bunch of folks. We are going to build a lot. Basically, what we're going to do is put a lot of coins together, and we're going to make lots out of it so that you guys can get a box full of stuff for the price of one lot. So these are kind of like mystery boxes, except they're not all rolls. We're going to be doing a lot of singles, a lot of albums, a lot of rolls, a lot of little bags full of coins, unusual coins, odd coins, just whatever comes off the desk is what's going to go into your collection. So here we are. It is the 29th of March, 2022. And I'm going to go ahead and get started just to show you guys what we're going to be doing. This is a good little test lot to get us going. Here is my first coin, lot number 1. It's a little football guy on a 1972 Lincoln cent. Cute little thing. That's going to go into lot. You guys can just start bidding anytime you want. Here's a broad-struck 1998 Lincoln cent. Broad-struck, anybody bid $1. $1, get a $1 start, anybody bid $1. There's that 1998 broad-struck cent. Let's see, what else do I have here that I can put in? Here's a little bag, just a little bag of mixed cents. I don't know what's in here. I've never looked inside. Let's see that we've got mostly 1970s. There's a Canadian 1967 Canadian penny. Mr. Adams gives me $1. Start at $1. Start at $1. Anybody give me a $2 bid? $2. Anybody bid a $2? $2. This is going to end up having, I don't know, probably $100 worth of stuff in it, maybe 100, maybe 200. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Let's see what comes next. How about a 1943 Lincoln cent in a special little capsule? Nice little capsule. We'll get that one in the lot. There's Malcolm at $3. Hello, Angie. What do we have here? What is this? There's another one that goes in the lot. It's a 1959D. I don't know what's on that, if anything. It could be an RPM, could be pretty much anything. We're going to start you a tube, too. I'm going to start you a tube for lot number 1. And I'm going to pull a few coins out of what I'm calling the goodie bag. The goodie bag has just a whole bunch of better coins in it. Anywhere between, I'm going to say 50 cents and $5 value per coin. And we'll just go through this little stack. Let me get my focus up here. There's a 1929S. There's another 29S. What is this one? 27D. 1927D. Let's see. What else? I'm going to get down deeper in there. There's P. Adams at $5 now. $5 to bid. $5 looking for a $6 bid. Anybody bid a $6? Hello, Evelyn. There's Malcolm at 10. Malcolm at 10. Now here we've got a little tube full started. How about this? A 1934. 1934. Nice AU coin, 1934. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here's a 1925. Evelyn, if you have registered in the past, you don't need to register again. I'm pretty sure you registered in the past. Here's a 1924S. 1924S. All of this is going in this one lot. And you got Penny Hoarder now with $11 bid. There's a 25S. $11 bid looking for a $12 bid now. 12. Anybody bid a 12? There's P. Adams at 12. There's a 1929S. That's a nice, extremely fine coin there. 1930D. Nice XF coin there. 1934D. You guys are getting some pretty good stuff in this already. Here's a 1930D. Nice 1930D. Another 29S there. What's this one here? 28D. So there's a 28D for you. What's this? 1912D. Nice little 1912D Lincoln cent there. I've got errors in this too. 1916, there's already a broadstruck. 1998 broadstruck in this. There's another 1912D. Malcolm's got a 25 bid out there now. 25, looking for a 26. $26 bid. Anybody bid a 26. Here's another 28D. Let's shift gears a little bit. Here, let me go ahead and create a lot number 1 tube. So there's that, and I'll go ahead and get these stuck in the lot number 1 tube. There's that. So we've got a lot number 1 tube started for you. How about this? We'll toss this little guy in here. See, what is this? This is a good luck penny, 1954D. It's Keep Me and Never Go Broke. It is an encased penny. And this one is the Rexall 1 cent sale. Rexall Droves, save at the Rexall 1 cent sale. It's not in the best condition, but it is an older encased Lincoln cent. There you go. There's that. You got Malcolm at 28 now. Malcolm at a $28 bid, looking for a $30 bid. 30. Anybody bid a $30? What's this? Let's see. I don't even know why that's in there. That's just ugly. I'll toss it in. You can throw it out if you want to. Let's see what comes next. How about this? 1914D. 1914D Barber Dime. 1914D Barber Dime. It's bent, but hey, it's still cute nonetheless. There we go. 1914D Barber Dime. Let's see what else comes up. Here's one that says Thin Cent. It's a 1942D. It looks like it was probably acid eaten or something. It's interesting. It's kind of neat. Let's see. Here's a 43. Let's see which one is this. It's a 43D. It's a reprocessed. You can always show your people what a reprocessed coin looks like. There's that. Let's see. What else can I add in here? What's this? You know, I don't really know exactly what caused this problem, but this is, I believe it's a Lincoln cent. Yeah, it's a Lincoln cent. There's Lincoln. I don't know what did this. I know it's not an error. It's some sort of damage. It's a memorial penny. I'll just throw it in there for you. You guys can do what you want with these. Here's a 1969S proof Lincoln cent. Let's see, what else can I put in there to make this a little more interesting? Only got a $28 bid now. Looking for a higher bid. Anybody bid higher bid? Here, roll of pennies. Roll. What is this? This is a 2009 Philadelphia mint. Oh, that's one of the ones where you can get the double dies. 2009 log splitter. It's one of those. Let's see what else is in here. How about a 1964D roll? 1964D roll. Here's one of the hard sealed rolls. This one is 1961D. Let's see, what else do we have here? Here's a little baggie. It contains, let's see, I see a 1965, I see a 1964. I mean, there's just a few different coins in there, but take that one. Let's see, what else do we have here? Does that have a date on it? Let's see here. Yeah. Not quite. It used to have a date, but that's a Buffalo nickel. It's a genuine Buffalo nickel. Let's see, what's this one? Let's get this focus back down where I can see what I'm doing. 1984D. It's barely out of being pocket change, but it's still in pretty decent shape. Otis gives me I see Jeff Dunn at a $30 bid. Malcolm at 32 now. Malcolm at 32. Let's see, what else can I put in here? What are you? Oh, you're an Illinois counterstamp. Illinois counterstamp 2002. Here's an interesting one. This one's kind of cool. I don't know what they were doing with it, but there's a 1895 Indian with a little wheel of some sort. It's a little red, I guess a red plastic It's a plastic wheel of color. I don't know what color it is. I can't see color well. But that's kind of neat. Malcolm at 32 now. 32 looking for $33 bid. Anybody bid at 33? 33 looking for $33 bid. How about everybody likes 1943, right? Here's a little bag of steel pennies. 1943. Any other bids? Got a $32 bid now. 32 looking for a $33 bid. 33, anybody bid at 33? More bids, more stuff. That's how it works. The more bids you give, the more stuff I put in. No other bids. Got a bid of 32. Going once. Looking for a bid of 33. 33, anybody bid of 33? Going twice now at 32. There's 33, Kelly Ray. Here's another. It says it's all altered with acid. It's 1963. It's a very thin penny. Let's see. What are you? There's another counter stamp here. What is this one? It's a 1973 basketball. That's kind of neat. There's Evoleni at 40. What's this one? I'll put this one in the tube. 1960D. That one could be an RPM. I'm not sure. I just said this is all just stuff that came off my desk, so I'm not really sure what it is. There's a 59 with a huge Larry on it. You can have that one too. Let's see. What else do we have in here? There's a 1984. It looks like it never got plated. 1984D. Apparently unplated. What's this one? 1948 plain. Nothing special there. Nothing special there. What's this? Here's an Indian. It's a 1894, and the 4 is just about greased off the coin. That's interesting. Let's see. What else can I raise here? Here's Malcolm at 47 now. Here's a 27S for you. 1927S. All right, a couple more coins and then we'll be done. How about a 1928S, large S? 1928S with a large S. That's the scarce one. That's the harder one to find. Malcolm at 49 now. How about a blankie? Zinc cent blank. Could do that too. Put that in there. And, well, just to upset the apple cart, we'll put this in there too. It's a, I'm going to say a near complete circulated set of Lincolns from, 1940 something, 1940 up through about 1970, 75, something like that, 1941. Now Kelly Ray at 50. So there is that. That's going to go in this lot. Jeff Dunn is out. Kelly Ray at $50. 50 now, looking for a bid of 55. Anybody bid of 55? That's all I'm going to put in this lot. There's a bid of 55. 50 now, looking for a bid of 55. Anybody bid of 55? 55 now, anybody bid of 55, looking for a bid of 55. $50 going once, looking for a bid of 55. Now I got $50 going twice, looking for a bid of 55. Anybody bid of 55, looking for a bid of 55. Now anybody bid of 55, 55. And sold to Kelly Ray, $50. Sold to Kelly Ray at $50. I'll take the sticker here and I'll put it on the book. And then I get a tray box here. And I'll put these tubes here. I'm going to throw these in the lot 1 tube for you. There's all that. And we've got this roll, and we've got couple of other singles. One of them's a nickel. I'll have to put that on a flip for you. Let's see. Here's your 43 pennies. Here, I'll put it in a flip with this other coin. And here's your thin cents. And this little bag. Oh, there's a nickel. Buffalo nickel. Some of this stuff would be really enjoyable by grandkids or whomever. Alright, got that. Oh, your dime. I don't want to lose your dime. Let me put that in the tube with the lot 1 pennies. Put that Barber Dime in there. There's those. There's that. And it's all together. And there's lot number 1. How long it takes me to start doing drops. Drops of... Let's get on lot number 2. Lot number 2, we're going to start off with a dip out of the goodie bag. Lot number 2, hello Mr. Boudreau and Brendan Burke, James Worley, Sissy. 28S large, I'm going to say probably close to 20%. Let's see, what's this? There's a 29S. That's going to go in your lot, in lot number 2. This is lot number 2 we're working on now. Here's a 1920S. Let's see. 28D. Ooh, there's a beautiful 29S. That's a nice one. And they give me a $1 bid. $1 bid to get started on this. $1 bid. Anybody bid $1. There's a 1919S. There's Patreus with a $3 bid. There's another 29S. 27D. Mr. Rivera, hello. Here's a 1909. What is this? It's a 1909 plain. 1909 plain. And let's see, get these flipped over. Another 27D. There's a 28 plain. Nice looking 28 plain. Got another 1928 plain. Another 29S. This one's got a little chew mark above the T though. Let's see, what is this here? 1926. 26. What else do we have here? What's this one? 1944D. It's a double die. A bit of a double die there. Let's see, 1929. So there's part of the tube coins. Let's see. Let me grab a tube here and get you started. There's a lot number 2. Lot number 2 tube. Stick those in there and get them started in there. Now let's see. Here's a 1909 to 1940 folder. Has what's a 1910, 16, 17, 18. Doesn't have very much in it, but it's a good little start. Good little start. Few coins to get you started. And well, no folder set would be complete without having the 41 number 2 folder. And this one's yeah, it's getting started. I'd say probably a little less than half full. That'll get you a good start on that. And then well, let's get you started off in the right fashion. Just a little bag of wheat pennies here. How about this? Let's see. Let's see what all's in here by date. We can take a look. See if we can see anything in here. There's a 47S right there. There's a 44 plain. Another 44 plain. Another 47S. I do not know what is in these. This is just a bag. So I'm going to put those in there. Let you look for stuff in those. Stuff and stuff. Let's see. How about some rolls? Let's see, what's this roll? Let me raise this up. Let's see what this is. 74 plain, looks like. 74 plain roll. Let's see, what's this one? This is a 1971D. 1971D roll. Here's another 71D roll. Let's see, what's this one? This is a 1960D large date. This is in one of those Megrig tubes. It's in one of those ones you'll have to heat it up to get them out. Let's see, what do we have here? What is this? Commercial National Bank, 6th in Minnesota, in Kansas City, Kansas. 1980D. 1980D, original roll. Let's see, what else do we have here? How about we get into some of this? This stuff is cute. This is a Waite Raymond board. Has some better date stuff in it. 1931D. There's a 1932, 33. There's a 34. All these are in pretty good shape too. So there's that. Waite Raymond board. It's in pretty good shape too. It's in actually very good shape. They originally came in a 2-ring binder, which is why the 2 holes in the corner. So this page is in nearly perfect shape. We'll stick that in there. Let's see, what can go next? How about a 1955 proof? 1955 proof cent. Let's see if it's a double die. Doesn't look like it. 1955 proof. Let's see, what else do I have here for you? 1960D. It says this is a baby split RPM. So that's an RPM for you. You can try to attribute on your own. Well, here's another 1998 Broadstruck coin. Centered broad strike. 1998. It's a close AM. But it's there nonetheless, right? What are you? What are you? 2016D. 2016D roll. I'll set that over here on the side. Let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, 1994 Philadelphia. 94 Philadelphia. You know what you can find in these? That double column. Is this one of them? No, I don't think so. Anyhow, 1994D, 1994 Philadelphia, 1994 P. Let's do some more goodie bag coins. We got Malcolm at 42 now. Malcolm at 42, looking for a bit of 44. How about a bit of 44? And let's see, what do we come up with here? I've got a bunch of reverses. Let me flip these over and get them on the obverse side so that we can see all the dates. What do we have here? Oh, there's a 1912D. 1912D, 1929S. There's another 29S. I think I dumped a whole tube of 29S in here. There's a 1912 plain. It's in pretty good shape. 1928D. Ooh, there's a 1920 in really nice condition. And here's a 27D. We've got Richard down at $50. $50 looking for a $55 bid. Richard, have you registered with us in the past? Richard Rivera? I'm not sure. I don't know if you've registered or not, but the color of your name indicates to me that you might not have. Let me see if I can find you on the list. Yeah, I've got you in here. Okay. You have registered. So let me go ahead and add you in as a moderator on the channel so that we can be sure we know that you have registered. Okay, so registered, I'm sorry, Richard Rivera, not registered. Richard Rivera at $50. $50 now, looking for a bit of 55. Yes, Joe Man, the invoices should have been sent out today for the auction on Sunday. How about this? 1960 Philadelphia small date. 1960 Philadelphia small date Lincoln cent. Let's stick that in there for you. Got Mr. Boudreau at 55. 55 now, looking for a bit of $60. 60, anybody bid of $60? Looking for a bit of $60. 60, anybody bid of 60? I'm going to add just a couple of more. Then we'll stop on this lot. This one's kind of cute. How about that? Got Texas Punch Out. 1995D Texas Punch-Out. I like that. Let's see. What is this? 1944D. Nice looking 1944D. Here's a 1912 nickel. Yeah, let's see if it has a mint mark. No mint mark. But it is a 1912 nickel, last year of issue, for the Liberty nickel. There's Otis at $60. No invoice from Sunday, yo man. Okay, let me check and see if they have invoice numbers. Okay, they still have not been sent. I'll contact Amber and find out how's it come, but I'll get those sent out for you. We'll get them sent out today. In fact, I'll probably just combine everything from, well, I can't do that. I need to send separate invoices, but you won't get charged shipping more than once. That's for sure. Okay, we haven't sent the invoices yet. Okay, let's see. Is that as far as, I think that's as far as we want to go with this. Got Otis at $60. $60 now, looking for a bid of 65. Anybody bid of 65? Looking for a bid of 65. How about a bid of 65? Anybody bid of 65? 65 now. Anybody bid of 65? $60 going once. Looking for a bid of 65. Anybody bid of 65? Looking for a bid of 65 now. Anybody bid of 65? We got $60 now. There's 65. 65 now. 70 now. 70. Anybody bid of 70? Looking for a bid of 79. Anybody bid of 70? Looking for a bid of 79. Anybody bid of 70? We got 65, looking for a bid of 70 now. 70, anybody bid of 70? Got 65, going once, looking for a bid of 79, a bid of 70. Looking for a bid of 79, a bid of 70, looking for a bid of 79, a bid of 70. 65, going twice, looking for a bid of 79, a bid of 70. Yeah, last and final call at 65, looking for a bid of 79, a bid of 70. All right, sold to Mr. Boudreau. $65. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Lot numéro 3. Lot number 3. Let's start off with a 1909 to 1940 book on this one. There's a 1909 to 1940 book. Doesn't have a whole lot in it, but there's a fair smattering of pennies in there for you. There's that. And here's another one that's more full, 1909 to 1940. This one's got quite a few nice ones in it. 1911S. Let's see. There's a 15D, 16S. It's like everything from 18 and 19 and 20 and 21. Everything in there. You got a few coins you'll probably want to replace, but man, there's a lot of pretty nice ones in there. This is a tough year to go too. This is lot number 3. And Patrea starts me off at $3. This particular book's probably a $25 to $30 book at least. And we'll put those in there. Let me go ahead and get lot number 3 stuck up here in the corner so we know what we're bidding on. There's lot number 3. Now let me dig into the goodie bag. There, Mr. Boudreau, $10. $10 now, looking for $11 bid. $11, anybody bid $11? You know I'm going to keep adding to this, right? Shouldn't be any surprise at this point. Let me do this so I can rest my knuckles. There's a 1920 plain, 1926S. That's a key date right there. That's a tough one. There's that's a pretty 1911. Look at that. 1911 with lamination issues. Nice AU coin. That's pretty. 1909. This one is not a VDB. There's a 1932D. 1912D. How about that? Here's a nice 1919. 1926. 29S. 12D. And there's a 1926. So a good little smattering of pennies there for you. I'm going to go ahead and get a tube out and get it started. Lot number 3 tube. Get all those put inside there. There we go. That's for lot number 3. Now, how about one of these hard case 1982 sets? It's kind of cool. I like that. 1982 set. How about a 1972 D roll? We'll get you one of these. What is this? This is a modern guy. I don't know what it is because it's not marked. Hang on a second. I get my eyeballs. This is 2018 D. I'll go ahead and write that on there for you. That way nobody will be wondering what it is when they get it. $2018D. There you go. Let's see. Let me grab a stack of coins and we'll figure out what they are as we go along. How about that? Let's see. Now this was written by one of my mentors, Frank Bauman, a number of years ago. Now Jessica put on there that it was not a double die, but Frank sent everything that he had into Connecticut to have it attributed. So Frank says this is a double die. I would be hard pressed to tell you what it is, but it's your coin. Let's see. Here's another one. That's another 1960D. Here is a 1961 proof. What's this? A 1908 nickel. The 1908 nickel. Another blank planchet for you. This one, well, I don't know if it's copper or zinc. Here is, what is this? Okay, this is interesting. 1914. Let me see what this is. Okay, it's a 14 plain. Okay, now this is kind of a feature item. You guys really need to pay attention because these things are not only scarce, but they are also becoming quite popular. It's an irradiated dime. The American Neutron Irradiated American Museum of Atomic Energy. This is a 1953 silver dime. It's been irradiated. You'll have to look that up. But they sold these at that museum back in the 50s and 60s. And this is an old irradiated dime. Neutron irradiated. It's a very interesting collectible. Very nice talking piece. What do we have here? A mint set coin, 2006 plain. Mint set coin. Let's see. It says odd rim on this, 1957D. Ah, it's X encased. It used to be in one of those encased pennies, one of those good luck pennies, and it broke out. Cracked itself out of jail. Here's a nifty little proof coin in a plastic. It's one of these little plastic containers that you pull apart. It's really cool. Now the toning on this is not the coin. The toning on that's just the plastic under the dyno. And let's see. How about we do another page of these? This one starts 1953S. There's 1954s, the 1955s. This one goes up to 1960. It's got a 60 large date in it, and that's it. It has a 61. Not that pretty, but has a lot of the later wheats in it. So we're going to put that in there too. We're up to $55 now. Probably got close to, I'm going to say $75, maybe $80 worth of coins. So you're doing pretty good. No lot's complete without a few rolls, right? How about 1960D large date? Here's another 1960D large date. Here is a 1981D. This one is an original roll. I don't know which one it is. 62D. 62D is what this is. And then this is a tubed roll of something. Well, these are more 60Ds. So you got a lot of 1960D in here. 3 rolls, basically. Let's see. What's this one? 1964 Philadelphia. That's a bank wrapped roll for you right there. 1964 Philadelphia. Then there's 1969D. All right, that's that lot. That's lot number 3. Lot number 3. Let's go ahead and finish this one up. Lot number 3 got a bit of 55. Now 55, looking for a bit of 60. How about a bit of 60? Anybody give me a bit of 60? Now anybody a bit of 60? Look a bit of 60. Anybody a bit of 60? 55. Going once, looking for a bit of 60. Looking for a bit of 60. Now anybody a bit of 60. All right, got 55. Going twice, looking for a bit of 60. Now anybody a bit of 60. No bit of 60. Last and final call for 60. There's 60. Doug Reese. Mr. Reese gives me $60. 60 now, looking for a bit of 65. 65, anybody a bit of 65. Looking for a bit of 65 now. 65, anybody a bit of 65. Looking for a bit of 65. 65, there's 65 now, 70. 65 now, 70. $70. $70, anybody a bit of $70. There's 70. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Got a whole bunch of AU-ish, really nice toners in a 1941 plus book. We'll throw that in too. Got Doug Reese at $70. It's 70 now. Looking for a bit of 75. 75. Anybody a bit of 75. Look a bit of 75. Anybody a bit of 75. Look a bit of 75. Now a bit of 75. Look a bit of 75. $70 going once. Looking for a bit of 75. Anybody a bit of 75. $70. 75 now. 75. Looking for a bit of 80. Looking for a bit of 80 now. Anybody a bit of 80. 1925, I'll toss in a roll. Now looking for a bit of 80. Anybody a bit of 80? Look a bit of 80 now. Anybody a bit of 80? A loaf of bread. Why, you're going to need a loaf of bread while you're going through the coins, or maybe a loaf of bread because you're not going to be able to afford one after you buy the coins. What's this? This ought to be interesting. Here's a 2016. I have no idea why it's on here. It's going to go in your roll. Last and final chance. 75, looking for a bit of 80 now. 80, anybody a bit of 80? And I'm sold at $80. And you get one more roll. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to get another roll. Thank you, Mr. Patreus. Go ahead and get all your stuff stuck in a box here, so move on to the next lot. Anytime you guys want to refresh during the period where I'm kind of loading up your rolls in a box, be a good time to do it. Get this stuff in here. There we go. Get this stacked up. You got a heck of a deal right there. That one penny folder was worth $75. All right. Moving right along. It's going to be lot number 4. I'm going to start you off with this. This is a partial memorial set with proofs. some proof coins in there. It's a single page out of, it looks like one of the off-brand holders. It's not a Dansko. I'm going to start with that. Speaking of Dansko, how would you like an original, the old Dansko folder? This is a 1909 to 1929. 1909 to 1929. Got a few pretty decent pennies in there. But this is from the original Dansko company, Venice, California. This is before they started making the brown albums. Okay, so there's that. That'll get you started, right? Just a start. How about this? Throw you a bag of 1943 Steelies in there. 1943 Steelies. Let's see. What else can I find? How about a 1942D? Very nice looking 1942D to go in there. Here's a 1930. This one looks like it's seen some slightly better days, but it's got some color on it. It's 1930. Here is a bag, a little bag full of Canadian pennies. Little baggie full of Canadian. Looks like it says there's 33 in there. I'm not really sure if that is. That's what it says. So there's 33 of those. And let's see, how about this? Ooh, that's a beautiful 1910 Lincoln cent there. That's a very nice 1910 brown. Higher end AU. Then how about this? 1957 toner. Real pretty toner. And let's see, what is this? 1913. 1913 Lincoln. Hey, Bulldog. Haven't seen you in a dog's age. Ha ha. Here's an interesting one. There's what this looks like. Now, it says it's a Type 1 blank, but this is not a blank because a blank wouldn't have the reeds on it. This has been struck, but I don't know what's going. It might have been ground off. I don't have any idea. I don't know what it is exactly, but it is about the size of a quarter, and it does have the reeds on it. So it's been struck. I don't know what it is, though. You guys have to figure that one out. I guess I'll give you a quarter to compare it to. Here's a quarter from a mint set. This is a mint set South Carolina statehood quarter from the year 2000. That would be a Denver mint because it has red on it. 1969 S proof. Got Jeff done at $30 now. $30 the bid. Looking for a bid of 31. 31. Anybody bid of 31? 31. 31. Looking for a bid of 31. Anybody bid of 31? There's Malcolm at 32. All right, and a couple of rolls. We'll do a couple of rolls, see what we can get in these rolls here. What's this one? 1974. 1974 Philadelphia. Get the light in the right direction. 74 Philly roll. What else do we have here? Let's see. What is this one? 1961. Looks like a D. Yeah, 1961 D. 1961 D roll. What's this one? 1959 D. 59 D. There you go. 1959 D. How about 1968 S? Get a 1968 S. That one will go in your box. Another 1959D. Just in case you're one of the RPM seekers out there. You may find RPMs in this 1959D. Nice roll. Let's see. What else do we have here? get you a couple of other ones. Here's a Fed Reserve Bank of Kansas City. And this one is a 63D, Fed Reserve Bank of Kansas City. And this one's Fed Reserve Bank of St. Louis, Louisville branch. So it's a Louisville bank. Let's see. This is 1960 something D. 1963D. It's another 1963D. Got Mr. Boudreau at $50 now. 50, looking for a bid of 55, 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Looking for a bid of 55 now. 55, itty bitty bit of 55, little bit of 55. After we finish bidding, I'm going to put another couple of items in there. We got a bid of 50 now. Looking for a bid of 55. Looking for a bid of 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Looking for a bid of 55 now. Itty bitty bit of 55. 55. Got $50 going once, looking for a bid of 55. Looking for a bid of 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Looking for a bid of 55 now, a bit of 55. Got Steven at 55. Steven at 55, 55 now, looking for a bid of 60. 60, anybody bid of 60. Looking for a bid of 60 now, a bit of 60. Got Crispy with a bid of 60. Crispy at 60 now, 65, 65, itty bitty bit of 65, 65, looking for a bit of 65. Kelly Ray at 65. Hello, Angie. I'm probably going to do about 15 lots until I run out of coins. I'm going to do lots until I run out of coins. That's how that's going to work. $65, looking for a bit of 70 now. 70, anybody bid of 70. Looking for a bit of 70, how about a bit of 70, anybody bid of 70? Got 70. Crispy bid of 70 now. 70 now, looking for a bit of 75. 75, anybody bid of 75, 75. Kelly Ray is 75, 75 now, 80. Now 80, looking for an $80 bid. $80 bid, anybody bid of $80. Look a bit of $80 now, a bit of $80. We forgot to take a dig in the goodie bag for this one. So we'll take a dig in the goodie bag here real quick. I don't know, Evil Lenny. There was an 18D in the previous book I did, but I don't know about this one. Yes, there is an 18D in here. It's not the nicest one, but there is an 18D. Now let's see if I can get it in here so we can look at it. What is that? The 16S? There it is. Nope, that's the 18 plain. Where's the 18D? There it is in the corner. There it is. 18D. There is an 18D in there. So let's take a look in a little goodie stack. Actually, I think I'll let you guys finish the bidding first. I'll let you finish the bidding first. Then we'll look in the goodie stack and see what you guys got, because this goodie stack, I'm going to tell you, this goodie stack's worth at least $60, $70 by itself. $60 to $70 in this goodie stack by itself. I got an $85 bid for the entire lot. 85 for the entire lot now. Yeah, I'll give you a peek. Goodie stack. 1926. There's a 26D. Kelly Ray at 90. There's a 1929. Crispy at 100. Another 26. 29S. 30D. Another 29S. Richard Rivera at 110. Richard at 110. There's a 29S in pretty good shape. 29D. 1912D. There's a 1966. I don't know how that got in there. Got some nice toning, though. 1920 is a AU 1920. It's got a little dirt on it, but it's a 1920 in AU. 1928. 1929D. 1927. There's Richard at 110. 110 now. Looking for 120. 120. Anybody bid a 120? Looking for a bid of 120 now. There's a 1920S. 1920S and XF. You guys look at those. Look them up. Figure it out. You're getting a heck of a deal. There's a lot for goodie roll. Didn't want to leave you without a goodie roll. Lot 4 goodie roll. Put a lot 4 sticker on the cap. Got 110 looking for a bid of 120. Last and final call looking for a bid of 120. Anybody bid of 120? Need a bid of 120 now? Anybody bid of 120? No bid of 120. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I'm sold at 110. Richard Rivera. Thank you very much, sir. Sold at 110. I get a box here and start tossing these in. That's a good deal right there if I ever saw one. You got some awesome stuff in there for 120 bucks. Got some goodies. Goodies. All right, there's all that. And there's that. And we're going to move on to the next lot. Lot number 5. I appreciate it, Richard. Thank you very much. There's lot number 5. Lot number 5, we're going to start off. A couple of silver coins. How about that? How about a 1906? 1906. It's a Philadelphia mint. 1906 Philadelphia dime. And then we have 2 silver quarters. So 1943 plain and a 1945 plain. 43 plain and a 45 plain. Yeah, 14D is a tough one. All right, then we're going to do a silver dollar. How about a silver dollar? Got a 1884. I don't know if, let's see. 1884S silver dollar, and this one is attributed as a VAM 11. It's a S over S filled. VAM 11 1884S. It's a kind of a cleaned XF, but there you go. And then we have another lucky penny. This one's a lucky penny. This one's dated 19. How about that? 1914. 1914 dated lucky penny. Keep me and never go broke. And on the back side it says, member of the Lucky Coin Club. Member of the Lucky Coin Club. It's got a little bit of grime on it, but there you go. There's those 4 coins to get you started. Who bid $1? Malcolm at $15. 15 now. Looking for a bid of 16. 16. Anybody bid of 16? These Morgan dollars here, just like this one, sell for $25 now. So we got a $15 bid. Looking for 16. 16. Anybody bid of 16? Here you go. I'll throw you a coaster in there. How about this? Somebody wants some gold? There you go. There's some gold. Big old 3-inch drink coaster. Sink garden. It does have both sides. So it's a double eagle coaster. Looks pretty cool, actually. I think it's kind of neat. It's dated 1907, of course. I got Sissy at $50 now. Sissy 50 looking for a bid of 55. Here's a 1966 roll, a 1959 roll, 1974S, 1982D, $1974 plain with some amazing looking coins inside. There's a 62D tubed roll. There's a 1960D tubed roll. It's one of those got to heat it to get them out rolls. Megrig roll. And then we're going to do a dive into the goodie bag. Dive into the goodie bag. Robin M gives me a $55 bid. 55, looking for a bid of 60 now. 60, anybody bid of 60? 55, looking for a bid of 60. There's Sissy at 60. Well, hello, Matthew. I'm doing very well today. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for asking. I hope everyone here is doing well. I see some pretty coins in this stack. You guys better get bidding because you're going to run short. If you don't start bidding, you never know what's going to come out of this stack. But, man, there's a decent little stack of coins about to be shown here. Sissy at 70 now. Oh, the huge one, that's a drink coaster. It's like a 3-inch coaster. Gold colored, and it's got the design for the St. Gaudens 1907 high relief. Double eagle on it. It's just really cool looking. Steven at 75 now. And what do we have here? 1930D. Very nice condition. Here's a 1912D. And another 12D. And a 29S. Ooh, look at that. 1911. That's in good shape right there. That's nearly uncirculated 1911. Another 1912D. Beautiful 1912D there. 1929S, 1926, 1927D, 1930, 1929, 1921S. Nice looking 1921S. Here's a 1929D. It's a nice XF AU coin. 1926 Woody. Got a 1929 now. 1918D. There's an 18D. I know you don't need it now, but anyhow, there's still 1918D. Sissy at 100 now. There's a 1919. This one is a nice AU coin. 1919. And it's got a couple of spots on the back. Let's see. Here's a 1926. And 1928S. That's a small S right there. But that's the that's going to go in a goodie tube for you. All of those going to go in a goodie tube for this one. Okay, Eric. And let me go ahead and get your goodie tube started. It's lot number 5, goodie tube. I'm going to leave this open for now because I'm going to do a little bit of desk cleaning. Let's see. What did we get out of the little desk cleaning here? There's a 59D. There's a blank. 1917. 59 plain. And a 60 plain. 59, 59D, 60 plain. Get those in your tube. What's this? Eject doubling. Nice example of eject doubling. You probably have to look at it with bigger magnification than I've got it set at right here. But it's eject doubling. Kelly Ray at 110 now. Kelly Ray at 110. 110, looking for a bid of 120. 120, anybody bid of 120? It's a 68D. That one could be an RPM. Let's see. What's this? 27S. 1927S. Got a 110 bid now, looking for a bid of 120. 120, anybody bid of 120? Looking for a bid of 120. How about maybe this will help? We've got an album here that's kind of come from together. That's how the Southerners say it. It's got 1919. Let me move my lamp over so I can actually see what I'm doing here. There we go. 19, 19D, 19S, 20, 26, 29, 25S there. Most of the 30s are represented. Okay, you got that. And I got the front page that goes to it. That's got a 13D in it. 15D, 16D, 16S. It's got the 09 VDB and the 09 in it. So now we have 110 bid, 110 looking for 120. There's Malcolm at 120, 120 now, 130. Anybody bid 130? 130 now, anybody bid 130? I'm going to throw a later book at you too. This one's a nicer book. It's a newer one, and it's in better shape. In fact, it's in nearly new condition, except for a ding right there in the binding. But it doesn't have a lot of coins in it, but it's a good one for a kid to fill up. Got 120 bid now, looking for 130. 130, anybody bid 130? 130 now, looking for a bid 130, 130, anybody bid 130? 120 now, going once, looking for a bid of 130, anybody bid 130? Looking for a bid of 130 now, anybody bid 130, looking for a bid of 130? I got another coin in my hand right here. It's going to go in this lot. I'll put it right here just so you can see that it's there. But there is a coin that's going to go in the lot. Got Malcolm at 120 going twice now, looking for a bid of 130. Now to bid a bid of 130, looking for a bid of 130. 130 looking for a bid of 130. You got a bid of 130. Kelly Ray 130 now 140. 140 anybody bid of 140. Looking for a bid of 140 now. To bid a bid of 140. Look a bid of 140 now. To bid a bid of 140. Bid out 140 now. To bid a bid of 140. 130 looking for a bid of 140. Going once. Twice now 130 looking for 140. Looking for 140. Anybody bid of 140? Last and final call for 140. Anybody bid of 140? All right, I'm sold at 130. Sold at 130. Your other coin is a very nice looking 1930 Lincoln cent. Very nice looking 1930 Lincoln cent. So we got 130. Kelly Ray at 130. I appreciate it, Kelly Ray. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and get a box. Put all this in a box for you. Did I say this was an 82D? It's not an 82D, it's an 87D. 87D is actually worth quite a bit more than 82D. So there's a good boon for you in my inability to read without glasses. Have a drink on me. All right. There we go. Lot number 5. In and out. Out of the way now. Let's see here. What shall we do next? Lot number 6 getting started. Let's start off with one of these Waite Raymond boards. This one starts off with a nice uncirculated 1939S. Goes up to 39D, 40, 40S, 40D, and it's got every issue in it. Every hole is filled. A lot of them are filled with uncirculated coins, including the 1943 Philadelphia. The S mint is cleaned, and the Denver mint is kind of gross looking. But we got some pretty decent looking coins in there. Pretty decent stuff. So there's your start for lot number 6. Lot number 6, get me started. $1 start. Anybody $1? $1 on that. That's not good enough for $1. This will be. How about the next page? 1946, 46, 47, 47 PDS. There's a 48 that's in really good shape right there. Really nice looking 1948. The only one missing out of here is 1952S. Nice 49, 49S, 49D. Now these, if you're not familiar with these, they have slides in them. The slides come out through the spine. So you pull these slides out like this, and you can change coins out. They're actually pretty cool. Very old and very nice folders. Next, what I'm going to do is a somewhat fragmented set. This is, well, it's another album that's kind of come from together, but we'll play with it and get it right. Here we go. This is a nice album here, except that it's come apart. You could take these individual panels apart and put them in frames because they're really cool. But there's a 1910, 1911. Let's see if there's anything of real value in here. Here's a 16S. That's pretty nice. There's a 21S in there. None of these are in real high grade, though. Most of them are good to find. Let's see. Here's the next page. It's 1930. It starts 1930, and there's a 30S and a 30D. The 33 is in pretty good shape. That's kind of unusual. 33D isn't easy to find in good shape. This goes up to 1940. And then this one here, start 1941. It's got a very nice 1943S in it. So there's that. So you've got two albums kind of to get you started there. Something to look at, something to pick apart. Edith E. Lorax, or Ed the Lorax. I had to get that right. Ed the Lorax. Here's how you do it. You send us an email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube username, your real name, and your PayPal email address, and we'll get you registered. That's how that works. You got Carl up to $20 now. Carl at 20 now, looking for a bid of 21. 21, anybody bid of 21? Got to do a 1969D roll in this. And here is a 1964 Philadelphia roll. This one should be a pretty nice roll. Look at this. 64 Philly. I'll put that in there. Here's an 88D. 88D, you never know what goodies. Oh man, look at that. You never know what goodies you're going to find at 88D roll. Malcolm at 21 now. Malcolm at 21, looking for a bid of 22. 22, anybody bid of 22? There's Carl at 22. 22 now, 23. Looking for a bid of 23 now. 23, anybody bid of 23? There's a 63D roll. Or there's a $25 Mr. Boudreau. Gives me a $25 bid now. Carl at 26. Carl at 26 now, looking for a bid of 27. 27, anybody bid of 27? There's Malcolm at 28. I'll grab some more rolls. We'll put some more rolls in this one. We're going to load you up here. Here's a 2009D Presidential. These are the toughest one to find in the 2009s. It's 2009D Presidential roll. Let's see, what is this? This is a 2017 P. It's the only Philadelphia minted Lincoln cents with mint marks. 2017 Philadelphia. Here's a 1970D roll. There's Mr. Boudreau at 45 now. 45, looking for a bid of 50. 50, anybody bid of 50? There's Carl at 46. 46 now. 46, looking for a bid of 50. Anybody bid of 50? Mr. Boudreau back at $50. There's Jeff with a registration message. Thank you, Jeff. We got 2018D. 2018D now. Who is this trying to run away from me here? This is a mystery because it has tails on both ends and no markings on the tube. No markings on the tube. So I don't know what it is. It looks like it's going to be something in the early 1960s, late 50s, early 60s, just by the design on the reverse. This is an impartial partial. It's a 1969D. 1969D, but it appears that it has come open slightly. but it's a 1969 D roll. Carl's up to $70 now. 70. Looking for a bit of 75, 75, any bit of 75. Let's get a couple of more albums in here. Here's a one a year book. It starts at 1909 and goes up. One a year book, and this book is in really good condition. The coins may not be the wonderful ones. Goes up to what, 78. 78 is the highest it goes. But it's got spaces for another 10 years in there. This is an older book by Whitman. We got Crispy at 75 now. Carl at 80. Carl at 80 looking for a bit of 85. 85, 80 bit of 85. 85, looking for a bit of 85. 80 bit of 85. Look a bit of 85. 90 bit of 85. How about some proof pennies? How about some proofs? You get in this, you get the 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98 proof. So it's all the proofs from 1990 to 1998. 1990 to 1998. '98 is the common white AM proof. Sissy at 90 now, looking for a bit of 95. 95, 80 bit of 95. There's 110, Crispy. Crispy at 110, looking for a bit of 120 now. 120, anybody bit of 120. That means I need to put another book in there. And let's see, this is a book number 2. Has a nice looking 44D in it. It's pretty nice wheats in there. And it's got some kid's handwriting in it though. But there we go. There's a 1941 up book. Sorry, Sky, what? What's go? Go what? Got Crispy at 110, looking for a bit of 120. Anybody bit of 120? Look a bit of 129, a bit of 120. Looking for a bit of 120. How about a bit of 120? Anybody bit of 120? No bit of 120. Looking for a bit of 120 now. 110 going once. Looking for a bit of 120. Anybody bit of 120? Look a bit of 120 now. Anybody bit of 120? What's good in the neighborhood? We're running an auction. Gonna go twice now at 110. Looking for a bit of 120. Anybody bit of 120? Looking for a bit of 120 now. A bit of 120. Last and final call. There we go. 120. 120 now. Sissy 120. Looking for a bit of 130 now. 130. Anybody bit of 130? Looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? Anybody bit of 130? Looking for a bit of 130 now. A bit of 130. Got a 120. Looking for a bit of 130 now. A bit of 130. Look a bit of 130. Ooh, morels. I love morels. Or is that supposed to say morals? But if you're talking about morels, which are mushrooms, I love them. Got a bit of 120 now, looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? Anybody bit of 130? Got 120 going once. Now looking for a bit of 130. Anybody bit of 130? Need a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? Anybody bit of 130? Got a 120 twice. Now looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? Anybody bit of 130? Need a bit of 130. Anybody bit of 130? Got our 120, last and final call. Looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? Anybody bit of 130? And I'm sold at 120. Thank you very much. In case you wonder what the noise is, that's Bob hitting his head on the table. So Bob hits his head on the table. And he bangs the auction for us. That's my gavel. So Bob the gavel. He has a whole lot of purposes. Not only as a pen, but as a gavel and a number of other wonderful things. All right, here we go. There's all of this good stuff. Lot number 6. Moving right along. Let's do a lot number 7. Be next in the order of things, right? Lot number 7 now. Lot number 7, going to start it off with a roll of 1960D, large date. And this roll, 1971, Philadelphia. This thing's been taped for probably as long as I've been around. 1971, Philadelphia. That one could easily have some goodies in it. How about some singles? How about a few single coins? Here's a 1961 D, tripled eyelid, it says. Let's take a look at that real quick. Got at least a double eyelid there that I can see. And let's see, what else do we have here? 1910 nickel. Got Carl at 1050 now. 1050, looking for $11 bid. Here's a 2004 P. That's a DDR or a die gouge. It says looking bay number 2. That looks like a double die to me. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. 1961. 1961 Lincoln Cent. This is, I think it's supposed to be a double die, but it's not. Yeah, and that one's not a double die. Yeah, crispy up to 25 now. 25 to crispy. What's this? What is this? 60D large date, 60D small date. Is there maybe a couple of 60 Phillies in there too, maybe? No. It's just the 2 D-Mint coins. It's an interesting little case, though. So there you go, you got that. That's for you. Right there. What do we have here? A 2007 Philadelphia Dime. I'm not sure what the interest factor is on this one, but there it is. Oh, it's got way up here. Let me get a pointer. Right up in this area, it has clash marks. Clash marks down here in the throat too. That's interesting. Got a clash dime. So you got Malcolm up to 55 now. Malcolm at 55. I better catch up a little bit. Let's see. We got another 50-cent penny roll. This is a 1964 Philadelphia. Original bank wrapped roll. This one, pretty nice looking roll. Let's see. What bank is this? It doesn't actually say it's a bank at all. What else do I have in here? Here's another 69D roll. Here's another 60 Philadelphia. This is a... Nope, says it's 60 Denver. Which one is it? It's either a Philly or a Denver. Let me flip a coin and see. 60 Philly. It shows as a 60 Philly, but the cap says 60 Denver. So, sorry. You'll figure it out, right? Here's a 74 Philadelphia. 1974 Philadelphia. We're going to take a dive into some rolls. This one is a 1946S circulated roll. 46S circulated roll. A lot of 46S's in there. 1960D small date. 1960D small date. Malcolm's at 55, now 55, looking for a bit of 60, 60. Anybody bit of 60? 60D small date. Here is 74D. 1970-40. Here is a 68S. I can see that. 68S. It's got a string in there, a thread or something. All right. There's a 64D, it says. Yep, 64D. Oh, they can read. Here's a partial roll. This one's not completely full. It's a 69S. 69S roll that's not completely full. There's Stephen A at $60 now. 60 looking for a bit of 65. 65, anybody bit of 65? Now there's this. Nickels. Now I'll save that for the next lot. We'll just do pennies this time around. And that one dime. Here's an old Lincoln cent book. An old Lincoln cent book for you. Starts at 1948. It's got a whole bunch of pretty nice ones in there all the way up to 1971. Up to 1971. There's Malcolm at 65. This one, this Lincoln cent book is one of the older ones. Really nice one. It's by Megrig. Same people that make those tubes that you can't get open. That's a Megrig Lincoln cent book. So if you collect Lincoln cent books, that's actually a pretty nice one to get because they're not very common. Next up, how about a penny board? This is part of a penny folder, I guess. Starts 1951, goes up to the end of the wheat cents, and goes into beginning the memorial cents. Okay, there's that. Yeah, Malcolm, I tell you what, I'm going to do a lot coming up that'll have nickels in it. So that we can play a nickel game. Right? How about this? Sealed. Sealed with tape from, gosh, when I was a baby probably. Here's 1962D. 1962D sealed roll. Want some singles? Here's a 1955 toner. 1955 toner. Beautiful coin there. And a little bit of desk cleanup here. Let's see what I can get for you in this little stack I've just pulled off the desk. Little stack for you. 1912S. Man, look at the condition of that coin. 1912S. That's like a $40 coin, just like it is. Right there. Let's see, 1932. There's a 36D. Nice Larry uncirculated. Larry uncirculated. It's an LU. Larry uncirculated. 1927S. 27S. Let me try to get this down to this level so it's easier for me to hold on to them. There we go. So 2016. I'm not really sure what that's doing there, but it is. Steven gives me a $90 bid. $90 bid. Look into that 1912S. Man, that's a nice coin. Here's a 34. Nice looking 34. Malcolm at $100 now. There's a 61D. Probably an RPM. I'm not going to say it is, though. There's a 52S. If you got that other book that was missing the 52S, well, there it is. There's your 52S. Let's see. What else do we have here? There's a 32D. Last of the early issues, which are very difficult to find, actually. And here's another one. 1932D. And here's another one. 1932D. How about this? How about an Indian head penny that has the rims banged in on it? Yeah, it looks like they were spooning this to make a ring or something. I don't know what they were doing with it, but it's smaller than it should be. Smaller than the size of a normal penny by that much. Fits completely inside the rim of the coin below it. So there's that. That's a 1902. It's crispy at 120 now. There's 1932 Lincoln. 1932 Lincoln is next to the last year of the early series. Let's see. Just a few more coins and then we're going to end this particular lot. Got just a few left. Got a 130 bid from Steven. Looking for a bid of 140. Anybody bid of 140? Look a bid of 149. A bid of 140. There's a 1934 Philadelphia. Here's a 1929 S. A 1925. Is that an S or a D? It's a D. 1925 D. And, oh, look at that Woody. That's a pretty Woody right there. That's a 23S. That's a scarcity right there. 1923S Woody. Beautiful Woody. That one's going to go in your goodie tube, marked lot number 7. Let's see. Find a goodie tube here. There's a goodie tube. We can mark a lot number 7. Put all these in there for you. And Steven at 130, looking for a 140 bid. 140, anybody bid at 140? Looking for a bid at 140? How about a bid at 140? Anybody bid at 140? 140, anybody bid at 140? Look at a bid at 149. Anybody bid at 140? Look at a bid at 140. Gears 140. 140 now, looking for a bid at 150. 150 now, anybody bid at 150? Look at a bid at 150. How about a bid at 150? Anybody bid at 150? Look at a bid at 150. Anybody bid at 150? 140 now, going once, looking for a bid at 150. How about a bid at 150? Anybody bid at 150? 140 now, going twice, looking for a bid at 150. How about a bid at 150? Anybody bid at 150? Looking for a bid at 150. How about a bid at 150? Anybody bid at 150? Can't do 145, Richard. They're $10 increments after $100. $10 increments after $100. We're on our last and final call at 140, looking for a bid of 150. Looking for a bid of 150. Anybody bid of 150? 150. Anybody bid of 150? Bob is gonna say dun, 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 dun. Sold at 140. Crispy. Sold at 140. Crispy. Thank you, Crispy. And we're gonna put them in the box. Put them in the box. I heard the magic word. That's right. Woody. Woody Woodpecker. Collect a Woody. Get your Woody coins today. Happy little cents live right over here. That's right. There's your lot number 7, folks. Lot number 7. Done and gone. Well, that's kind of heavy. Alrighty then. What comes next? Chicken or the egg? Let's do... Oh, let's go ahead. Nickels. Anybody like nickels? We have, well, there's no plastic on this page covering this and this. So there are, no, actually just this center slide right here. There's no plastic on the top. So just to let you know, but this isn't a complete book anyway. We start here with a 1948, or 46, I'm sorry, 46, 47, 47S. Got the 48s. We don't have a 50D in here. Going to 53s and got everything all the way up to, what, 64 in there. 64. Patras gives me a $3 bid, $3 to get me started. $3 to get me started. There's a nice little book. What's this little guy? There's a 1960 proof nickel, 1960 proof nickel. Let's see. Hang on a second. Let me go grab some stuff. about nickel rolls? Nickel rolls. I got a nickel roll here. What this is. 1947. 47 roll. Look at that. That looks like Woody right there. Yeah, looks like a 1947 Philadelphia Cirque roll. Yeah, 1947 Philly Cirque roll. So that's a 47. Here's a 53S. 53S roll. Another Cirque roll. Slightly better condition Cirque roll. Here's a 51D. 1951D. Here's a 52S. 52S roll. I got two more rolls. 1951S. And how about 1938D? 1938D. That'll be the first year of Jefferson's. 1938. A 38D roll here. Well, let's see. What else can I do? Let's see if I can cause some more damage here. Let's see. How about some BU coins? How about that? There's a 64D roll. It's a BU 64D roll. There's the back side of that. This one says it's 1963D. 1963D BU roll. There's a 1965 SMS roll. You guys know what the SMS coins look like? Let's open this roll up. Take a look. I've never seen inside, but SMS coins look proof. So these should look pretty much like proof coins. Get that tape off of there. Open this up real quick. It's not a full roll, but they are SMS coins. 1965 SMS roll there. So we got Angie at $65. 65, looking for a bid of $70. 70, anybody bid of 70? I get this tape back up just to hold it together until it gets there. Not trying to fool anybody. You guys saw me open it. There we go. Get that tape back around there just so we can hold it together. Here's a 1966 roll. 1966. Patreus at $70. Patreus at 70. Looking for a bid of 75. 75. There's Tim Crow with a bid of 75. There's Crispy up at 90 now. Crispy up at 90 now. Looking for a bid of 95. 95. Anybody bid of 95? 95. Anybody bid of 95? I knew I'd find them. I knew I'd find them. I've got some more nickel rolls. Anybody want to make a real big box? About 68S. There's a 68S. There's another 68S roll. How about a 67 roll? 1965. How about a couple of 1960 rolls? And then we've got these little guys. Remember the speared bison coins? I remember, are those Philadelphia or Denver? Doesn't matter, I've got a set. Full set. 2 rolls. Philadelphia and Denver. There you go. It's a P and D. Bison coins. Alright, so there you go. Condition. Condition of what, Tim? Of what? Of these? These are all BU rolls. The 67, the 65, the 1960, 1960, 68S, 68S, the 66, the 63D, the 64D. Those are all uncirculated. You got a 65 SMS. And then the other rolls that I showed you earlier are circulated. The 2005 Westward Journey nickel rolls are from the mint. So I'm assuming that they are uncirculated. There's Kelly Ray, 120, looking for a bid of 130. There's a 130 Crispy. Crispy, 130, looking for a bid of 140 now. 140, anybody bid of 140, look a bid of 140 now. A bid of 140. There's Kelly Ray at 140. 140 now, looking for a bid of 150. 150, anybody bid of 150. Looking for a bid of 150 now. A bid of 150. Let's see, what is this? 2006, I think. No. 2012. 2012. It's 2012 roll. Kelly's at 160. 160 now. Looking for a bit of 180. 160, 170, 170. How about a bit of 170 now? A bit of 170. Looking for a bit of 170 now. 170. Anybody a bit of 170? Looking for a bit of 170. 170, 170. Anybody a bit of 170? There's Crispy at 170. 170 now. 180. 180 now, anybody a bit of 180. There's a 2004 D roll. It says Type 2. What is Type 2? Oh, it's a keelboat. 2004 D keelboat roll. There's a 2004 Philadelphia keelboat roll. Kelly is at 200 now. Kelly is at 200 now, 210, 210. Anybody bid of 210? Looking for 210, 210. Anybody bid of 210? Look a bid of 210 now, anybody bid of 210. That's all it's going in there. So got a 200 bid now, looking for a bid of 210. There's 210 from Crispy. Sorry, I had to take a little break there and move boxes around. You wouldn't believe them. I got boxes and boxes full of tubes. Boxes full. 220. Kelly Ray, 220 now. Looking for a bid of 230. 230. Anybody bid of 230? Looking for a bid of 230. How about a bid of 230 now? Anybody bid of 230? 230, 230. Anybody bid of 230? Got 220. Going once. Looking for a bid of 230. 230. Anybody bid of 230? Got 220 going twice. Looking for a bid of 230. 230 now. Anybody bid of 230? Got 230 Crispy. 230 Crispy now. Looking for a bid of 240. 240. Anybody bid of 240? Looking for 240? 240. I need a bid of 240 now. Anybody bid of 240? There's Kelly Ray at 240. Now 250. Now 250. Looking for a bid of 250. Now 250. Anybody bid of 250? Looking for a bid of 250 now. Anybody bid of 250? And Malcolm says he's out. Thank you, Malcolm. Got 240 Kelly Ray, looking for a bid of 250 now. 250, anybody bid of 250? How about a bid of 250? Anybody bid of 250? Look a bid of 250 now. A bid of 250. No bid of 250, 240 going once. Looking for bid of 250. How about a bid of 250? Anybody bid of 250? Got a bid of 250 crispy. 250 crispy. Now looking for a bid of 260, 260. Anybody bid of 260? Looking for a bid of 260. 269, anybody bid of 260? 260, anybody bid of 260? Looking for a bid of 269, anybody bid of 260, 260? Got 250 going once. Looking for a bid of 260. There's 260, 260 now 270, 270, anybody bid of 270? 270 now, anybody bid of 270? Look a bid of 270. How about a bid of 270, 270? Anybody bid of 270? No 270. We've got 260 going once. Looking for a bid of 270 now. 270. Anybody bid of 270? Got 260 twice now. Going for 270. Anybody bid of 270? Need a bid of 270. Anybody bid of 270? Last and final call of 260. Looking for a bid of 270. And sold to Kelly Ray at 260. Thank you very much. Sold to Kelly Ray at 260. I don't think I'll be able to fit all this in here. I'll try. Kelly, your box is too full. Your box is too full. Clean your box out immediately. Let's see here. Look at all these. Oh, these are actually stacking in here pretty nicely. In a penny box, 3 wide. They're going in there pretty well. So there we go. In a penny box. I'm good. Of course, they're going to be repackaged for shipping, but that's just how I'm trawling them around right now, so I'll know what I'm doing. There's that one little proof coin. There they are. There's all of those rolls. And this book. There we go. This book, lot number 8, and that is lot number 8. One and done. Lot 9. How about lot 9? We start with this. Here's a set that somebody built in an old, well, there's not really a full set, but it's a partial set that somebody built in a really old penny book that you can fill out because it's in pretty good shape. Yes, Kelly, I can. And here it is from, this is 1948 on up. So there's 2 books here together. They made a single collection. So there's that. And then I have another book. This is an 09 to, it's a 1909 to 1940 penny folder. It's got, oh, I'm going to say probably half of them in there. Of course, the cheap half, but they're in there anyway, right? And then the moment you've all been waiting for. I have a library of coins, album number 2, that's pretty much full. Pretty much full. It's got pretty much all the coins in it. It's missing a 55, and it's missing the plastic for this slide here in the middle. You can cut a piece of plastic for it. That's not a big deal. But this one goes up to 1976 and is full, except for the 1972 plain and the 1955 plain double dies. All right, so we got Jeff Dunn at 35 now. 35, looking for a bit of 49, a bit of 40. How many lots? I'm probably going to do another 6 lots, something like that, 5 or 6 lots. Yeah, probably about another 6. How about let's do another Lincoln book. This one's by Shoreline Coin Collector. This is a very strange publisher. I have not seen this one before. All the coins in here are in pretty good shape. There's just not very many of them. Okay, so there's that. Malcolm up to 38, Angie up to 40 now. And here is, looks like a partial anyway. I don't know, it's got a lot of 1975s in it. This whole book is just 75 to 79. And it goes into the 80s. Yeah, but it's an empty Lincoln cent book. Or empty meaning unprinted. It says 75, number 3. Oh, it does. It has 75 and 76. And that's all it has in it. And then the rest of them are just, your guess is better than mine. One more item. Here's another memorial book. This one is, it's relatively cheap. I mean, but it's got memorials, and it is a memorial book. There's your stack right there. That's your stack. That's what you get. Got a $50 bid from Jeff Dunn. 50 from Jeff Dunn. Looking for a bid of 55. Now 55. This is like, I don't know, kind of like an old pile of pocket change. It's got some quarters, some dimes, and some pennies in it, but I'll toss it in with the lot. Malcolm is out. Jeff Dunn at 50. 50 now, looking for a bit of 55. 55, itty bitty bit of 55. 55 now, itty bitty bit of 55. 55, itty bitty bit of 55. $50 now, looking for a bit of 55. 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Going once at 50, looking for a bit of 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Twice at 50 now, looking for a bit of 55. 55, itty bitty bit of 55. Last and final call, $50, looking for a bit of 55. There's Stephen at 55. Stephen at 55, now 60. Now 60. Anybody bit of 60? Looking for a bit of 69, a bit of 60. There's Jeff Dunn back at 60, 60 now, 65, 65, 65, itty bitty bit of 65. $65, itty bitty bit of 65. Got $60 going once, looking for a bit of 65, 65, itty bitty bit of 65. Got a $60 going twice, looking for a bit of 65, 65, itty bitty bit of 65. Last and final call at 60, looking for a bit of 65. And sold at $60, Jeff Dunn. Thank you very much. $60 sale to Jeff Dunn. And that is on lot numero 9. Now, let's do lot number 10. How about that? 10 comes after 9. There's that for us. And let me get busy. Couple of rolls of wheat pennies. Oh, okay, couple more. Let's see what's in here. 57D, 54D, 58D, 55D, 52D, 50D, 52D, 55 Philadelphia, 55 Denver, a 52 Denver, Steven says 10. It's only $1 a roll, and we're still going. There's 51 and 57, it says. This says S pennies, 1940 to 1950. There's a 56D, a 58D, 51D. There's Tim Crowell at 30. There's a 51 Philly, 57 Philly, 57 Denver, another 57 Philly, a 58 Denver, and to be sure that you're going to end up with some goodies, we're going to pull some coins out of the goodie bag for you. Got Malcolm at 45 now, Paul Fitzgerald at 50. 50, looking for a bit of 55. 55, Stephen, bit of 55. 55, now 60. Now 60, looking for a bit of 60. Now a bit of 60. Let me get these stacked up so they will show nicely for the camera. Smiles, everyone, smiles. Yeah, you'd have to be pretty old. You'd have to be my age to understand what that is. Right, Frank? Only people as old as Frank and I understand those things. Smiles, everyone, smiles. All right. Here is my goodie stack. What do we got in it? There's a 34D. Nice one. 29S. Another 29S. There's a 17S. 1917S. There's a 1910S. 1910S. 1935D. 1929S. 1929. There's another 29S. Another 29S. This one is 29S. 27. 1912D. Another 12D. Another 12D. A 1928. Another 1912D. These are worth $5 a piece, people. 12D. That's not an easy year to get. There's a 18. That is a nice AU coin with red in it and luster. There's a 27D. There's a 29S. And a 12D. So there's what you get in your goodie roll. Lot number 10 goodie roll. Paul Fitzgerald's at 100 now. Well, I didn't mean to offend anyone. I mean, heck, I didn't mean to offend any old people by saying that you had to be as old as me or Frank to understand it. I just joke around with Frank about being old once in a while. Kind of a little inside thing, I guess. There's your lot 10 specials. I'll throw this in too. Here is a 4-coin. These all look very fine or better. So, well, it says a lot of 20 coins, but this isn't 20 coins. This is 4 coins, 1931, 1932, 1932D, and 1933. Let me see what these years actually are. Okay. It's a 31, a 31D, a 32D, and a 33D. That's what these are. They're going to go in there with those other coins. We've got Stephen A up to 110 now. Stephen A 110, 110 now. Looking for a bit of 120, 120. Now a bit of 120. Looking for a bit of 120. Anybody a bit of 120. Look a bit of 129. A bit of 120. You guys are busting my vision that I'm getting old and you guys are all still young. That doesn't help me when people start telling me that they're older than I am. How do you know how old I am anyway? Hey, Stonecutter. Only the shadow knows. Stephen A at 110. 110 now, looking for a bit of 120. 120, anybody a bit of 120. Looking for a bit of 129, anybody a bit of 120. 129, a bit of 120, look a bit of 129, a bit of 120, look a bit of 120. Yeah, but who here is foolish enough to get on camera and do auction culling like I do? Blind as a bat. Sissy comes back at 120, 120 now, 130, 138, a bit of 130, look a bit of 139, a bit of 130. Stonecutter will be 57 in July. Dennis is 74. Oh, I always say a specific roll is my birth year. Yeah, that's when I get those 1937 rolls out, right? Sissy at 120 now, looking for a bit of 130. 130, and a bit of 130. Looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130, bit of 130 now, a bit of 130. Malcolm says he's 58. Not all you old people, right? Steven's 130. Steven at 130 now, 130 now, 140. 140, a bit of 140. Look a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. Steven at 130, looking for a bit of 140. Looking for a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. Look a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. Look a bit of 140. 130, look a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. No bit of 140, 130 going once. Looking for a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. Look a bit of 140, a bit of 140. Looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140? Got 130 going twice now. Looking for a bit of 149, a bit of 140. Look a bit of 140, and a bit of 140. Last and final call at 130. Looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140? Anybody a bit of 140? Sold 130. Steven 130. Sold 130 to Steven. Let me get your box out and put all your rolls together. Thank you, Steven. Thank you very much, sir. Wow. Otis 69. Ted 70. Oh, sorry, Sissy. I already had it sold to Steven at 130. It's okay. Got a few lots left. So there's that. And there's that goes with it. And there we go. How about we do a lot number 11? Lot number 11 works, right? All right, here we go. Lot number 11. How about we do some silver? Here is, how's this? 1878. 1878 Morgan. Get us started. I don't see what mint mark is it. 1878S. 1878S Morgan. Here's a 1911D Barber. 1911D Barber. Here's a 1912 Philadelphia Barber Dime. 1912 Philadelphia. We'll continue the theme of silver color, but they're not silver actually. And it looks like we've got a couple of... well, this is the Cumberland Gap quarter, 2016, and then this one is a another Cumberland Gap, so it's a PD set. Cumberland Gap. Jeff Dunn says $25. 25 now. Looking for a bit of 39, a bit of 30. Here, remember these? The Governor coins. It's 1950, 60, 61, and 62, all Denver Mint coins that came from the hoard of rolls from Georgia State Governor Ernest Vandiver. So there's that. What else do we have here? 3 coins, 1911, 1914, and 1919. 1911, 1914, 1919. And then, let's see, here's another quarter. This one is an Illinois state quarter. The, what is it, Shawnee? Yeah, Shawnee National Forest. Shawnee National Forest. 2016. That's a pretty quarter, actually. What else do we have here? This one is a Bicentennial proof quarter. Bicentennial proof. 1976. Let's see. Okay. This is something special right here. This quarter right here, this Delaware quarter, was the first statehood quarter I ever saw. I put this in a holder. I don't really want it anymore. But this Denver quarter, 1999D, Denver quarter for the state of Delaware, is the first statehood quarter I ever saw. So it's yours now. What's that? Here's another Delaware statehood quarter. That one goes in the box too. Or in the box as well. I don't know what this is, but it's sitting here saying, put me in the box. It's 1960 nickel. 1960 nickel. Let's find a little holder to put it in. There we go. Get that into a flip for you. Got Sissy at 65 now. How about some pennies? How about a 1932? It's been cleaned, but it's a 32. There's a 64. What's this? Oh, I saw Santa kissing. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. That's what this looks like. I can't get over that. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. So this is the Kennedy Lincoln penny. Here's a 1915S Barber Dime. 1915S. So you got 3 Barber Dimes in this. Here's another one. 1972. This is hockey. God, it looks like he's trying to give Lincoln a trach with his hockey stick. Let me poke this through your throat real quick. Oh, here's a 1906 with an error. Look at that. That's a nice 1906 cent, and it's got a beautiful lamination running all the way across it. How about that? Is that going to impress anyone? The governor cents. Yeah, Wade, I bought the entire hoard of rolls from the estate of Governor Ernest Vandiver, who was the governor of the state of Georgia from 1959 to 1962. And these coins are coins out of the rolls that were in his estate. So these very coins once belonged to Governor Vandiver, Governor Ernest Vandiver. And that's what these are. It's a little set that I put together for collectors to enjoy of 1959 through 1962 Lincoln cents from his time in office. Choo-choo Rooterbean. We're all doing pretty good up in here. Got Tim Crowell now. Tim Crowell beating Angie Crowell to the bid of $70. Bid of $70 now. Looking for a bid of 75, 75, 80 bid of 75. I can do that pretty good. Look at that error. That's beautiful right there. That's like a big old flange of metal flipped up, folded over, or something. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but that's a beautiful error coin. Valuable one, too. 1961D. Here's a 48 Philadelphia. Nice 1948 Philadelphia BU. Hello, Mr. Sappington. Tim now bids $80. 80 now, 85. Looking for a bid of 85. 80 bid of 85. Here's a 2018 nickel. Die Clash. See the clash marks right here in the center of the design. Right underneath the Monticello building. Or Monticello. I don't know which way to pronounce it anymore. But that's the Eyes of Lincoln. I'm sorry. I say Lincoln so much. It's the Eyes of Jefferson. The Eyes of Mr. Jefferson. So you can see the two eyes right here, right there, and right there. And then this is, oddly enough, I figured out that it's a Doug nickel from 1907. Nasty, but kind of cool anyway. And how about this? This is something different for you. Here's a Kansas sales tax token. Kansas sales tax token. These were made back in the 20s and 30s. They used them. This is I think it's 1/10 of a penny. Yeah, 1/1000th of a dollar, 1/10 of a penny. They use those for sales tax. It's pretty cool. All right, got Sissy at $90. 90 looking for a bid of 100. 90, but a bid of 100. Look a bit of 100. 90, but a bid of 100. Look a bit of 100. 90, but a bid of 100. 100. Look a bit of 100. Hey, I got another dime here. Yeah, it's another. This is a 1912 D. 12D and AG. I figured I'd put that in there because, why not, right? Oh, I have another dime, but this one's different. This one's a Canadian dime. This one is 1994. 1994 Canadian dime. Oh, here's another one. This is a Holy dime. That's right. It's a 1907 Holy dime. Got Sissy at $90, looking for a bid of 100. Anybody bid of 100? Look a bit of 100. 90, but a bid of 100. Might as well give you another nasty nickel, right? 1908. The nasty nickels. All right, well, that's all we're going to do on this one. Sissy at $90. 90 going once now. Look for a bit of 100. Anybody bid of 100? Wait, anybody bid of 100? Look a bit of 100. 90, but a bit of 100. $90 now going twice. Looking for a bit of 100. Anybody bid of 100? Need a bit of 100. 90, but a bit of 100. Looking for a bit of 100. 90, but a bit of 100. Last and final call at 90. Looking for a bit of 100. We're done. Sold to Sissy at $90. Choo Choo Rooter Bean, are you registered to bid? If you are registered to bid, you may bid. Except we're sold on this particular lot. We'll have to wait till the next lot. But if you are registered, Choo Choo, you can bid. That one is lot number 11, and that is Sissy's. Now, lot number 12. Oops, that's sideways. Chuck, do this right. You got one damn job. There you go. Okay. Lot 12, we're going to see some stuff go bye-bye. Start bidding. You're going to want to get in. We've got this sheet from a book. Look at the toning. Look at the color on those 09s. It's just beautiful. There's some 09s. There's a 07 proof and 08 proof. All four of the 09 proofs are in here. The LP number 1, the log cabin coin, is just beautiful. Beautimus. And here's another page from the same lot. This is a 99, 2000, 2001, 02, 03, 04, 05, and 06. So there's that. Next up, we've got a penny book. This has just all kinds of... I'm going to let you read through some of this. Crooked L, weak strike. I don't know how much any of this makes any sense to anybody. To me, it doesn't. Crooked back 1. Crooked back 1. Then we got a broke back 1. But this is a whole page here, and then there's another page of it here that they've written something for every one of these, and then there's a bunch of 43s in the last page. But there's that book for you. Carl now with a bid of 31. Carl with a bid of 31. Anybody bid of 32? 32, looking for a bid of 32. A 12S or 14S. A 12S already went in a previous lot. That was like a $40 coin that sold for $10. I don't think I have another one. But let's see what I can put in here for pretty singles. Here's a 1956D. This is hump on the 6. You can see it right there on the left side of the 6. There's something stuck to it, or a piece of metal, something. Here is a 1976 plated and counterstamped penny. Here is 1911S. Oh boy, that's like a $40 coin, $50 coin in this condition. There's 1911S. Richard Sappington is registered. Then we need to make him blue so that we'll know he can bid. Hello, Richard Sappington. Now your name is blue. Blue in color. There's a 1943. Now I tell you, every time you get one of these hairs, it comes free. Okay? I'm not charging you anything extra for the hairs that you get. That's a joke. There's a 1943. That one's uncirculated. It's got a Larry on it, but it's uncirculated. Let's see, what else do we have here? There's a 1960D small date. Could be a variety. Here's a 2006 Lincoln cent. Says it's a thick 2006. I don't see it. There could be a double die there. Could be a minor double die. Choo-choo, did we not check to see if you were registered? Let me check and see if you're registered. If you've sent us an email in the past, you're registered. Did you go by a different name, or did you always go by that particular name? If you've always gone by that name, you are not registered to bid and would need to send us an email. You can send us an email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. You let us know your PayPal email address where we can send a bill, and you give us your regular name along with your YouTube username, and we'll get you registered immediately. Okay, Funky Trousers, let me see. Go take a look in the email here real quick. We'll keep working on our lot here in just a moment. Please stand by. Okay, Funky Trousers has registered. Funky Trousers is a registered bidder now. I got Funky Trousers turned on as a moderator, so Funky Trousers will have a blue name now. I'll get his information added in after the auction is over, but I have his information, Eric. All right, next up, we're going to get a little more serious. Here's another the late series album. This one's got some pretty nice unks in it. Pretty nice uncirculated coins are toward the end. The first page doesn't really have a whole lot of uncirculated. There's some decent condition in there, though. And you get back to the back here, and it goes into the memorials. Pretty decent conditioned book. Not bad. And there's that. Did you think I'd let you get away without some rolls? Let's see. Somebody tell me, do we want memorial rolls in this or do we want wheat rolls? If we want memorial rolls, they're going to have uncirculated. If they're wheat rolls, they're going to be circulated. Paul, you're the high bidder. What do you want? You want memorial rolls or you want wheat rolls? I can get you either one. I'll tell you what, let's do a mix. Do a little bit of both. Here, Paul could read my mind. A little bit of both. Okay, here we go. There's a 1956D. These are circulated. 1956D, 1953D. There's a 1954D. Here's one that says 40s and 50s. 1950D, 1956 Philadelphia. So there's some rolls. Roll. Okay, here is a 1972D. 72D. Here's a 1960D, large date. Here is a 1961D. These are all the perfect ones to be searching. 63 Philadelphia. There's a 61D again. And another 60D. There you go. Hello, Genocide. All right, so we got an $80 bid from Paul right now. $80 bid, looking for an 85, 85, anybody bid of 85, look a bit of 85, 85, 85. Looking for a bit of 85, 90, bit of 85, look a bit of 85, bit of 85. Malcolm now 100. Malcolm now 100. Getting serious. 100 now 110. Now Paul Fitzgerald at 110. 110 now 120. 120, anybody bid of 120. Looking for a bit of 129, a bit of 120, look a bit of 129, a bit of 120, look a bit of 120, 120, and a bit of 120. Kelly Ray at 120, 120 now, 130, 130, anybody bid of 130. 130, anybody bid of 130. There's Rod's Crap, hello. Rod's, is it Rod's Crap or is it Rod Scrap? Probably Rod Scrap, huh? You scrap silver and gold? Or do you just have a lot of crap? I'm not sure which one it is. Paul Fitzgerald, 130, 130 now, looking for a bit of 140. There's Trigger Happy. 130 now, 140, anybody bid of 140, look a bit of 140. Looking for a bit of 149, a bit of 140. Got a 130 bid, now looking for a bit of 149, a bit of 140. There is no link to a list for tonight. There is no list. We're just doing kind of throwing lots together as we go along. I've got enough for about 3 more lots. There's 140 Kelly, 140 Kelly Ray. 140 now, looking for a bit of 150, 150, a bit of 150. Wait, a bit of 150, look a bit of 150 now, a bit of 150, 150, and a bit of 150. There's Paul at 150, 150 now, 160, 160, anybody bit of 160. 160, looking for a bit of 169, a bit of 160, looking for a bit of 169, a bit of 160. I don't know, Patreus. I know that Dave Lang used to have something on the web about penny folders, about these books that people collect the pennies in. If you're looking for something about like library books where you learn about pennies, I'm not sure. I don't know who is doing anything like that now. If you mailed to cd@coppercoins.com, cd@coppercoins.com, that would be me. That's how you reach me for a question. Kelly Ray at 160. 160 now, looking for a bit of 170. 170, a bit of 170. Need a money bit of 170, look a money bit of 170. A bit of 170, look a bit of 170. Now 170. Anybody bit of 170? Got a 160 bid, looking for 170. Paulo's out. Paulo's out, looking for a bit of 170. Going once at 160, looking for a bit of 170 now. A bit of 170, look a bit of 170. Going twice now, 160, looking for a bit of 170. How about a bit of 170? A bit of 170, look a bit of 170 now. A bit of 170. Last and final call for 170. Looking for a last call, 170. Anybody bit of 170? We're done at 160, Kelly Ray. Thank you very much, Kelly Ray. 160 for lot 12. That is lot 12. Moving on now. I'm going to do the lucky lot number 13. Lucky lot 13. I'm going to start this one off with rolls. We've got rolls, we've got rolls, we've got rolls of many. Yeah, I won't do that again, I promise. All right, let's see, what is that? That's 9. Here's 10 rolls. 10 rolls to start. 58D, 51D, got a 53D, we've got a 56D, we've got 51D, 55D, 57D, estimate pennies from the 40s and 50s, 1952D, and 1951D. So there's a start. There's a start where we're going to get a bid. Anybody bid it? Anybody bid it in? Anybody going to get a bid? Give me a bid now. Anybody bid a bid? Bid a dollar, $1. Anybody bid a dollar? There's a $10 bid. $10 bid from Carl. Carl at $10. Now we've got an album. This one is, well, it's pretty much full. And it's got decent coins in it. They're not great, but they're decent. A lot of uncirculated ones. So there's that. There's Carl up at 45 now. 45, looking for a bit of, let's see, 50. Got a bit of 50 from Otis. Otis bid of 50 now. 55, 55. Anybody bid of 55? 55 now. Anybody bid of 55? Looking for a bit of 55. 55 now. Anybody bid of 55? There's Malcolm at 55 now. 60. Oh, you guys can hear me back here rattling the cage. 55 now, 60, $60 bid. 60, anybody bid of $60? Looking for a $60 bid. Okay, we'll get some more stuff on here. 71D. Here's another 71D. Here's a 69 Philadelphia. 69 Philadelphia. It's Malcolm at 55, looking for a $60 bid. 60, anybody bid of 60? Another 71D. Here's a 70 Philadelphia. This is a 61D. 61D. 72 Philadelphia. 1972 Philadelphia. 1969S. 1969S. Trigger Happy comes back with a $66 bid. 66 now, looking for a bid of 70. 66, looking for a bid of 79. A bid of 70, look a bid of 79. A bid of 70. Carl at 70, 70 now, 75, 75, anybody bid of 75, 75, anybody bid of 75, look a bit of 75 now, anybody bid of 75. This is an unknown. I don't even know what to guess this one at. I'm thinking maybe 1964. Maybe 1964. There's Malcolm at 75. There's Trigger Happy at 100. Trigger Happy $100 bid. Here's a Fed Reserve of Kansas City. And this one is, let me get my eyeballs. 1962D. 1962D. Fed Reserve of Kansas City. Here's a 1964D roll. 1964D roll. And we'll put 3 more rolls in, then we're done with this lot. 3 more rolls, then we're done. We're going to have a 1953D. A 1958, and another 53D. So there we go. We're done showing this lot. Lot number 13. Tim Crowell has a 110 bid. 110, looking for a bid of 120. Now, a bid of 120. Looking for a bid of 129. A bid of 120. Look a bid of 120. There's a 120 now. 130. 120 now. 130. Anybody bid of 130? Look a bid of 139. A bid of 130. Look a bid of 139. A bid of 130. Got a bid of 120. Looking for a bid of 139. A bid of 130. Look a bid of 139. A bid of 130. Malcolm at 120 going once, looking for a bid of 130. How about a bid of 130? A bid of 130, look a bid of 139. A bid of 130, 130. 120 going twice. Now look for a bid of 130. How about a bid of 130? Anybody bid of 130? Need a bid of 130. Now a bid of 130. Last and final call. Looking for a bid of 130. Lot number 13. Looking for a bid of 130. Last call. Sold at 120. Malcolm, sold at 120, sold 120. Thank you very much, sir. Let me get a box and put your coins in a box. Okay, Malcolm finally got one. Box full of rolls, too. Just what he was looking for. All right, number 14. Lot number 14. 2 lots left. 14 and 15. Here's lot 14. Where do we start? Let's start with a 1963 D roll. Let's see. After that, it's going to come a 1971 D. And here's a 1971 that's not completely full. It's got like 45 coins in it. Then there's a 69 Philadelphia. There's a 1972 D. Here's a 1971 D. Tim bids at $3.50. $3.50. Got a bid of $3.50. Now look a bid of $4. Now they bid a bid of $4. There's 71 D. There's another 71 D. 71 D. You're going to be loaded up on 71 Ds. Here you go. Another 71 D. 71 D now is 72 D. What else can I provide you? 72D. Here's a 69S. 1969S. Got Otis with a $25 bid. 25 now. Look over a bid of 26. Now they bid a bid of 26. Over a $26 bid. Now look over 26. 26. Anybody bid a 26? There's a 1964. 1964 uncirculated. There's a 1996. 1996. There's a 69D. Another 69D. There's a 61D. 1961D. 1968D. 1968D. Malcolm's at 30 now. 30 now. Looking for a bit of 35. How about a bit of 35? Carl with a bit of 64. OBW. Trigger happy. The ones that you see that appear to be OBW are. That would be this one is OBW. That's the only one in here that's OBW. The rest of these are all hand wrapped. Here's another OBW. I don't even know what it is. This one appears to be, what is it? 1997D. 1997D. Here's a 1960D small date. This says EF to AU, and it's about half full. You can see it's about half full, and it says EF to AU. I don't know what's in it. Could be any number of different things in there, but it says it's 1960D small date. Here is, what's this one? Oh, that's a 72D or S. 72D. It's another 1972D roll. A lot of double dies in 1972D, just like the 1972. And a lot of people don't know about them. Here's a 74S. We're up to 65 now. 65 with Mr. Reese. Here's a 1988D. What's this little guy here? This little guy of mine. Ooh, that's a beautiful 1972. What is it? 72S. It's a 72S roll. Very nice looking 72S roll. Mr. Reese up to $80 now. 80 looking for a bit of 85, 85, 85, 80 bit of 85. 85, 85, 85, 80 bit of 85, look a bit of 85, 80 bit of 85, 85, 85. I like doing that. It's fun. 1980D. In fact, it doesn't have anything written on it. I'm going to write 1980D on it. I know these are 80Ds. There you go. I wrote it on there for you. Whoa, what is it with the light? Oop, there goes my eyeballs. Carl's at 110 now. 110. Got some really nice rolls in here. There we go. Now we can actually see. There we go. That light's a little harsh, I tell you. A little bit on the harsh side. Let's see. What do we got here? What's this? That is a 57D. That's a circulated roll there. 57D. Okay. That's what I got for that. Yeah, I'll toss a little baggie of 1943s in there also. Little baggie of 1943s. Give you something to dig through for some double dies or something of better interest. Carl's at 130 now. 130 looking for a bit of 140, 140. A bit of 140, look a bit of 140. 140 now, a bit of 140. Carl at 130 going once, looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140? A bit of 140, look a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. At 130 going twice now, looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140? A bit of 140. A last and final call at 130, looking for a bit of 140 now, a bit of 140. No joy. Sold. $130. Carl. Yeah, bought it. Thank you, sir. 130 to Carl. Get all your rolls stacked up here, man. Tonight's winner in rolls. Except for that nickel batch, man. That nickel batch was huge. Lots of nickel rolls. I don't know how I keep getting so many nickel rolls. I don't even buy nickels. And I've got boxes of them. So what, they just crawl out of the closet. Alright, this is the cleanup lot, folks. Cleanup lot means you're going to get everything that's left. And there's plenty. I did get it pretty well. But here is a nice Lincoln Cent 1909 up book to get you started. 1909, there's an 11, 12, 13D. There's a 16D, 16S, 17, 17D, 17S. No 17D. Let's see what else is in here. Anything really good? Let's see. I don't see anything of high value in here. There's some decent coins. This one goes all the way up to 1970. 1980. 1980. It's dated all the way up to 1980. And it's, I'd say 3/4 full. Half to 3/4 full. So there's your start. Doug Reese at 50 now. 50, looking for a bit of 55. 55, a bit of 55. There's a 60. Paul Hampton at 60. Here's another one for you. It's got a nice 1945D in there. That's some decent stuff. Okay. Here's another one. 1909 to 1940 book. Little penny folder. Doug Reese at $80 now, looking for a bit of 85. 80 now, looking for a bit of 85. 85, 80, bit of 85, look a bit of 85. 85, 85, 80, bit of 85. Here's another one. This one has an 11D in it. Pretty nice 11D. There's a 12D in here. It's a junker, but it's a 12D. Don't see anything in high grade. Nice 28S in here. Here's a 41 up. This one's it's pretty nice. It's missing the 43 Philadelphia and a 55S. I noticed that a lot with these books. They're missing 55S. Must be 55S was really tough for people to get because there were so many people hoarding rolls. Here, let's do this. Put that in there. And then I'm not going to go through all of these, but this is just a good start for you. Here's an extremely fine 1928 S, small s, 1928S, extremely fine. Here's a 54S that's BU, nice 54S. Here's another counter stamp. What is this one? Oh, he's got a pipe with smoke. Pipe with smoke and a counter stamp. Paul Hampton up to $100 now. Paul Hampton at 100, looking for a bid of 110. There's a 53 plain. Here's a 2001 S proof. That's not colored like that. That's the light doing that, because if I show you over here, it's regular color. But if I show you under here, it turns all purple and blue. It's weird. And then, let's see, what do we have here? Heavy die wear doubling on UNI of United. Let's see if we can see that. Not really, but it's cool. Here's a 54 toner. Nice little toner. Pretty color on that one. Paul Hampton at $100. Looking for a bid of 110. Looking for a bid of 110 now. Bid of 110. Look a bit of 110 now. Bid of 110. This is 2006 P Lincoln, and it says, looks also like inside bottom of letters of God, doubling, no nose crack as on other 2 cent. I don't know when these were sent to me, but it was, there's 4 2006 pennies in here. And evidently they weren't much of anything, or I would have listed them. Here's an old Frank Bauman coin that was sent in, and this is history right here. This is history for you. Let me show you. This is a coin that was sent in by Frank Bauman of Memphis, Tennessee, who is one of the fathers of double dice and repunchment marks. And he sent the coin into James Wiles, and the lighter stuff that says die gouge, that's James Wiles' handwriting. And the FJ242 up at the top is Frank Bauman's handwriting. And this is the original coin he sent in. Right there. It's 1960D small date. So that goes in the box. And let's see. I think I'll save the rest for one more lot. One more lot. We got Paul. There's a 2006 P double die obverse. There is a 1943 BU Lincoln. There's another 1960 P small date. 1960 Philadelphia small date. That's a nice one. What's this? What year are we? Looks like a nice old one. Come on. Yep, 1930. Nice 1930. Appears to be uncirculated. Here's a 1984 with that orange peel stuff. Get out of here. That's really cool looking. It's just that the plating didn't stick to the planchet very well. So Paul Hampton at 100. Need a bit of 110. Need a bit of 110. Look a bit of 110. Need a bit of 110. Got a full book from 41 up. Looking for a bit of 110. Anybody bit of 110? Look a bit of 110. Now a bit of 110. Last and final call, looking for a bit of 110. We're sold for 100. Sold for 100, Paul Hampton. Thank you very much. Now, Paul, I'm going to show you the part you didn't see. Because we're not done. But we're already sold to Paul Hampton, so these belong to Paul Hampton now. No more bidding. Sold to Paul Hampton. I was trying to get my stack together so I can show them to you. Because I pulled them out of the goodie bag. This is your goodie roll. Lot number 15. Goodie roll. What are we doing here? Oh, I didn't put this. I didn't put that up there and make it official. We're going to get lot 15. Here's a 1914S. 1914S. 1928D. 1924S. 1927D. 1928D. What's this one? I gotta get closer. Hang on a second. So 1917D. A 1912D. A 1927S. A 1927D. 1928. 1923. And 1934D. 1929S, 1929S, and another 1929S. So that's for Paul. And you thought I was done. Oops. Get back on here. All right, here we go. That's Paul's lot number 15 super pack. Get a label. Get a label for Paul and write lot 15 on it. Have to use an orange label. Ran out of the others. All right. Let me get a box. Got to put Paul's coins in a box. All right, folks, I got enough for one more lot. One more and only one more lot. This is going to be lot number 16. Lot number 16. Going to be it for the day. Lot number 16. All right, we're going to start off with the goodie bag because you're going to get everything that's left in the goodie bag. My goodie bag will be empty. There goes the bag. All right, let's see here. I get these stacked up here real quick. Go ahead and start bidding because you're going to want to. I can tell you that for sure. There's a lot of goodies in this goodie bag. Might still be a lot of 29S's, but there's still a lot of other good stuff. Heck, I might keep the goodie bag thing going. Might fill it back up. You guys like the goodie bag? I think I like the goodie bag. Malcolm starts me at 50 bucks. Hasn't seen a coin. 50 bucks and he hasn't seen a coin. All right, let's get started. What do we got? Well, a 29S. Here's a 1909. 1909 plain. 1909 plain. Tim Krell at 100. 1934D. Here's a 1930D. 1929S. There's a 28 plain. There's a 1930 D, nice condition. Here's a 1927. Here is a 1926 D. Nice looking 1926 D. What? Nice 1938 right there. Pretty looking 1938. All right. There's that stack. Stack number 2. Got Tim Crowell at $100. Thank you, Tim. Here's a nice 1926, 29S, 1919, 1912D, 1918. There's some nice coins in here, people. 1929S, 1929S, 1921S, 1916S. What? 1928D, 1917D. Look at those, man. These are nice. There's Malcolm at 110. Here's a nice 1915, 1930D, 1916S, 1921S with a nice lamination peel on it. Look at that lamination on that 21S. That's nice. Here's a 34D, nice AU coin, 1925D, 1930D, a 1927, and a 1928. That's the goodie bag. That's not all I have here, though. That'll get us started. Malcolm at 110 now. What's that? A 32D. That one's got lacquer or something on it. You can see it peeling off the coin. Let's see. We got 2 old buffaloes. Let's see. This is a 27 plain, and this one is a 1930 plain. 27 plain and a 30 plain. Here's another old buffalo. This one's a 38D. Could be one of the D over S. I'm not going to look. Let's see, what's this? 1962 proof. 1962 proof. Got some silver. How about a 47S? 1947S dime in BU condition. 1947S dime. Crispy's up to 120 now. 120 to Crispy. Got a 1938D. Really nice looking 1938D. Malcolm's at 130 now. Malcolm at 130, looking for a bit of 140. 130, looking for a bit of 149, a bit of 140. Got a 1970S large date in Gem BU. We have a 1944S, nice BU coin. This is the last of the desk, people. Here's a 1994 that says it's got something going on in Liberty. Oh yeah, it's a BIE error, it looks like. 1994. Also looked like I had a chip in the date. Appreciate it, Bulldog. Thank you, sir. Here's another one of those flips that has what it says they're double dies, but they're not. They're just 1961 pennies. Here's Lincoln and Kennedy again. I don't know how many of these things I have. Let's see, what's this one? This is baseball. 1973 baseball. Here's another 62 proof. This one's got color. That one's kind of pretty. It's got color on it. Here's a 1967 Lincoln that's got something going on. Oh, it's struck through. That's cute. Struck through a little square something. That's kind of neat. Let's see. Here's some more of those 61s. Let's see. Here's another 76 penny that's plated and counterstamped. Bicentennial thing. We did that back in those days. Crispy at 140 now. What is this? Machine doubling. An example of machine doubling. As if you can't find them. There's one for you. What's this? 1970S proof. Let's get that in a flip. Let's get that in a flip. There we go. And then this little guy is a 58D. He's in one of these little special container holders. I don't know why, but it's in there. And you get it because you're going to buy it. 1969S. 1969S. And let's see. What else do we have here? Here's a silver quarter. 1945 SD. 1945D. 1945D silver quarter. Here's a nice nickel. This is a proof. Nope, it's a SMS. It's impaired. 1967. Here is a 1925S. Very nice looking 1925S Lincoln cent. And what we have next, rolls. Rolls 62, 81D. We have 63, 80D, 61D. This says 68S. 97D. Let's see. 2006 plain. And two 1980D rolls. I'll have to mark these for you because they're both tails out, I think. No, they've got heads. I'll leave them alone. They're 1980D. Let's see. Have anything else? I've got a couple more coins here. A couple more I missed in the bottom of the goodie bag. Let's see. Let's get all these flipped over so we can go through them a little more quickly. There we go. And what do we have? There's a 1929, 1926D. Nope, that's an S. 26S. It's got a couple of scratches on it, but that is a semi-keyed 8. There's a 17S, a 12D, a 1934, 1929S, 27D, and a 27 plain. And that's all I've got. And Crispy's up to 160, looking for a bid of 170. If I get a bid of 170, look a bid of 179, a bid of 170. That's all I got. Oh, wait a minute. One more coin. What is that? 61D. I don't know what it is. Maybe a... Could be. Possibly. An RPM. That's what I've got, folks. There it is. That's lot number 16. Got a 160 bid from Mofo. Crispy Mofo 170. 170. Need a bid of 170. Look a bid of 179. A bid of 170. Look for a bid of 179. A bid of 170. Look a bid of 179. A bid of 170. 170. Any bid of 170. 160. Going once. Look for a bid of 170. 160 going twice now. Look for a bid of 170. There were a lot of nice old coins in there. A lot of nice old coins. Last and final call at 160. Looking for a bid of 170 now. 170. Anybody bid of 170? Appreciate it, Tim. Thank you very much, sir. I'm sold to Crispy. Crispy at 160. I appreciate it, Crispy. Thank you very much, sir. That's what I've got for tonight, folks. That's the beginning to the end. The alpha to the omega. I appreciate it. You guys are always very kind to me. I thoroughly enjoy our time together. If anybody has any questions or any comments or anything to that effect that they want to get in now, I got some time. I appreciate it, Eric. Thank you for your help, sir. Okay, Mark, I appreciate that. I'll go take a look. See what I see. All right, folks. Well, I appreciate it. You guys have a great night. and have a great remainder of the week. Remember that tomorrow we're going to be doing the reveal show. Reveal show will be tomorrow. We'll be running some nice rolls tomorrow. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll send out a notification to let everybody know that we will be doing the reveals tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The what type holders? Prototype holders? What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about, Stonecutter. Oh, you're talking about the little prototype slabs I did. Those are just they're kind of a test to see what it would look like to have my labels on some coins. They're raw coins. They're not certified, but they're certified by me. And there is some chance that at some point in the future, Coppercoins will possibly open a certification service. And that is a prototype of a possible coin holder that we could use. Okay, Jeff, I appreciate that. I'll look at my email. Good night, Kelly Ray. I might actually be able to get something together to do actual sealed slabs, but it's going to take an investment. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take off and finish my night, and I appreciate you guys coming here. I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and don't forget, tomorrow is reveal day. Come back for reveal day tomorrow. We'll be selling a number of nice reveal rolls, and I'll talk to you later. Be well.